The Rock taking over creative from Triple H might save the WWE, who is the mastermind behind the attack on Bron Breakker at Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns chooses CM Punk for WrestleMania 42. WWE chose not to have a popular star in the Rumble. Brie Bella has returned full-time, and much more. Starting with, who is the mastermind behind the attack on Bron Breakker at Royal Rumble? Another mystery attacker storyline started at WWE Royal Rumble 2026 when Bron Breakker was attacked by a black hooded figure. The attack led to the new big dog being eliminated from the men's traditional match very quickly, and the mystery man soon escaped the scene. Let's all see the 4 men who could be the masterminds behind the attack on Bron Breakker at the Saudi Arabia show. Number 1. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is part of the Vision faction, but the Oracle is known for betraying his own clients. Previously, we saw Heyman betray Roman Reigns to join forces with CM Punk. Later, he turned his back on both Punk and Reigns to join Seth Rollins' Vision faction. The story doesn't end here, as the former Wiseman then betrayed the Architect and officially joined forces with Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw. So it will not be a surprise if Heyman is revealed as the mastermind behind the attack. He might have sent someone to attack Breakker, and in the future, he may reveal his new client in WWE. Number 2. Adam Pearce. Over the past few weeks, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce was engaged in heated segments with the Vision. However, after the mysterious senior authority call, Pearce's powers seemed to be curtailed, and he had to be softer with the heel faction. The Raw GM also has a strong chance of being the mastermind behind the attack. He might have done this to get revenge for the humiliation he faced at the hands of the Vision on Monday Night Raw. Number 3. WWE star Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is currently on hiatus from WWE, but the Visionary could be the mastermind behind the attack. Already, fans are predicting that Austin Theory could be the mole in the Vision, planted by Rollins. If the predictions are true, the Architect might have used the A-Town Downstar at Royal Rumble 2026 to attack Bron Breakker and cost him the Royal Rumble match. Later, Rollins may reveal himself as the mastermind behind this attack. Number 4. Logan Paul. Though Logan Paul's name may surprise you on this list, the Maverick could be the mastermind behind the WWE Royal Rumble mystery attack. It's crucial to note that the YouTuber was the one who pitched the idea of helping Braun emerge as the winner in the 2026 traditional Rumble match. However, during the Royal Rumble kickoff show, the WWE star did not respond to Michael Cole's question about potentially sacrificing himself for Breakker in the Rumble match. This raises suspicion about Logan Paul. Fans on the internet also believe the attacker could be Jake Paul, who is the real-life brother of the YouTuber. And next up, Roman Reigns chooses CM Punk for WrestleMania 42. Roman Reigns shocked the WWE Universe this past weekend in Saudi Arabia by winning the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. The OTC punched his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania 42 as he now gets to challenge a world champion of his choice at the marquee event. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk are the 2 choices he has, and interestingly, Reigns has a history with both. However, it looks like Punk is set to be his ultimate pick. Roman is expected to challenge the best in the world for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Show of Shows. There are several motives why he would go after the 47-year-old instead of undisputed WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. It would also be a money match that fans have been clamoring to see for years now. Here are compelling reasons why Roman Reigns will choose CM Punk as his WrestleMania 42 opponent. Number 1. Long-simmering animosity and unfinished business. The rivalry between Roman Reigns and CM Punk has been simmering for the past 2 years now. The tension traces back to 2024 when the Second City Saint joined Reigns' War Games team against Solo Sikoa's new bloodline in exchange for a favor from Paul Heyman. Punk also eliminated the OTC from the 2025 Royal Rumble, and then took away the latter's Wiseman at WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns never got the chance to exact his revenge, but he has an incredible opportunity now after winning the Royal Rumble. The fact that he has unfinished business with CM Punk gives the OTC a strong reason to go after him. Besides, Punk having the World Heavyweight Championship only adds to his benefit as Reigns can take away the thing that is dearest to his nemesis. Number 2. To prove who's the real best in the world, Roman Reigns' original tribal chief gimmick emphasizes reasserting control and putting his bloodline on top. However, CM Punk is the anti-authority that openly challenged his status, mocked his family dynamics, and positioned himself as the best in the world who doesn't bow to anyone. Beating Punk at WrestleMania 42 would symbolically crush the one voice that refuses to acknowledge him. Besides, the 47-year-old is the only current champion who calls himself the best in the world. Therefore, Reigns is likely to challenge the Second City for the World Heavyweight Championship to prove who's the actual best in the world. He could go after CM Punk at WrestleMania 42 to make a statement that it's still his yard and he is the top dog in the game even today. Number 3. Roman Reigns never won the World Heavyweight Championship. One of the biggest reasons Roman Reigns will challenge CM Punk for a match at WrestleMania 42 is the World Heavyweight Championship. This is a title that he never won in the company since it launched. On the other hand, the OTC has had a historic reign with the undisputed WWE Championship. Going after that very title wouldn't add much to his legacy. Hence, Reigns is likely to go after Punk to capture the World Heavyweight Championship, a title that he hasn't conquered yet. Winning that coveted title will help the Tribal Chief adorn his decorated resume, making a historic record. It will also make Roman Reigns one of the 2 superstars to win the 2 world titles that are currently active in WWE. Brie Bella has returned full-time. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported on the situation with Brie Bella. The star had returned at the Royal Rumble as the number 29 entrant at the Royal Rumble. Together with her sister Nikki Bella, with whom she reunited in the ring after many years, she looked very strong in her return. However, there has been speculation that her return is a one-off and that she won't be back for a long time or wrestling on regular shows. However, that is not the case. Meltzer reported that the return that took place at the Royal Rumble is not just a one-off appearance, but the first in a now full-time return for Bella back to the company. Brie Bella's return last night was not a one-night thing. She's going to be back for at least the time being. Brie Bella has spoken about returning for quite some time now, but it has finally happened. Nikki had also said last year that she felt that Brie had enough fire for another run. When I went and I came back, I was like, Brie, it's so amazing. So maybe we should make a comeback. She's so in mom mode, but Brie has that fire in her too. She has that last run. I feel like it wouldn't take a lot to get her to come back with me, Nikki said. It ended up happening, and it seems the 2 are going to team up again in the tag team division. It remains to be seen what happens next with the women's tag team division now that they are back. Next up, Ilia Dragunov got robbed at Royal Rumble. Ilia Dragunov entered the 2026 Royal Rumble at the 17th spot. However, right after his entry into the match, the Mad Dragon was almost robbed, but was saved by the staff's intervention. A fan posted a video on X, which showcased how spectators near the ramp swiped Dragunov's coat after he had dropped it during his entrance. The footage caught the spectators passing the coat around for a bit, with happy faces, before a staff member entered the frame and strictly asked them not to do it. Complying with the instructions, the spectators dropped the coat back to the spot where they had picked it up. It is hard to say whether the crowd was just curious and excited, or if one of them wanted to keep the coat for themselves. But it can be safely said that the former United States champion definitely got reunited with his coat in his locker room. Dragunov's performance was lackluster at the 2026 Royal Rumble. He lasted only 11 minutes in the ring and didn't secure any eliminations before being tossed outside the ring by Brock Lesnar. Last week's episode of WWE SmackDown saw Ilia Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes in a backstage segment. The Mad Dragon had previously spoken to The Miz, who told him that Melo had asked the veteran to help him in his U.S. Championship defense. Hayes denied being in cahoots with his former tag team partner. Dragunov said he didn't care either way and expected a direct title shot after he defeated The Miz. Later in the episode, the Russian wrestler secured an easy win over the A-lister. With this, Ilia Dragunov would challenge Carmelo Hayes once again, albeit in a fair fight this time. The same story had played out when the Mad Dragon was the champion and Hayes was the challenger who suffered an unfair loss due to DIY's interference. It would be interesting to see who holds the WWE United States Championship after their clash. The real reason Paige did not return at the Royal Rumble. For a long time now, there has been hope that Paige will return to WWE. The star has been missing from the company for quite some time, with her leaving before to go to AEW. She had a successful run there and has now left the company. She was even training the day of the Royal Rumble and posted about it, giving the impression that she would be returning at the event. Unfortunately, it was not to be, and all 30 spots went without her showing up at the event. While fans still believe she will return to WWE, the disappointment was clear to see. Meanwhile, a report by Fightful Select has shed light as to why she was not there at the show. Turns out that despite all the rumors, WWE had never reached out to her for a return at the show. It should be noted that while the report said that she was not approached for a return at the Royal Rumble, it was not said that she has not been approached at all. It could very well be that she has been in conversation with those in WWE about other possibilities and a future return, but fans have just not seen it yet. The coming weeks and months should reveal more about what happens next. The star could very well return heading into WrestleMania season. The Raw after WrestleMania is even known as the Return episode, where legends and stars have made returns or debuts in the past. Next up, Royce Keys breaks silence after his WWE debut. Royce Keys, formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs, made his WWE debut at the recent Royal Rumble Premium Live event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He entered the men's Royal Rumble match and had a blockbuster performance throughout the match. The former AEW World Trios champion has finally broken his silence after joining the Stamford-based company. The former TNT champion entered the men's Royal Rumble match at the number 14 spot. The graphic on the screen first displayed Powerhouse Hobbs before turning into his new name. Royce entered the match and immediately went after the former World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. He even eliminated the Archery of Infamy from the match, making it clear that he's going to dominate the roster. He took to X for the first time since joining the Stamford-based promotion and uploaded a picture from his Rumble entrance. 8 then, #Royal Rumble, he wrote. WWE veteran Dutch Mantel recently shared his thoughts on WWE changing Hobbs' name. He clarified that he doesn't understand why the promotion must change the former AEW star's name. While speaking on his Storytime with Dutch Mantel podcast, he said, "I don't get it. I mean, if I hear the name now, I'll say, I don't know, because you always have your doubts. I thought Powerhouse Hobbs was an okay name, especially the Powerhouse. You could have anything as a last name, but Royce Keys, give him 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it'll fit him for some reason. I don't know why that is." WWE chose not to have a popular star in the Rumble. WWE reportedly elected not to have a rising star appear at Royal Rumble 2026. Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan emerged victorious in the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches at the PLE last night in Saudi Arabia. According to a new report from Fightful Select, the promotion chose not to feature Kit Wilson in this year's men's Royal Rumble match. Wilson has gotten very popular due to his catchy theme song over the past several weeks, but it reportedly was not enough to earn him a spot in the men's Royal Rumble match. The WWE Universe was introduced to Kit Wilson as a part of a tag team with Elton Prince, known as Pretty Deadly. Elton Prince is out of action with a neck injury and has not competed in a match since the May 2nd, 2025 episode of WWE SmackDown. Speaking with Chris Van Vliet on the Insight podcast, Wilson admitted that he felt like a child going to school for the first time when he went to SmackDown without his tag team partner. He noted that the duo had done everything together, and there was never a thought of either of them breaking out on their own. Oh my goodness, God, yeah. So the first day I went to SmackDown without Elton, I felt like I was 5 years old going to school for the first time. Because again, we are best friends. We met on the Independents. We signed together. We've done everything together. When we moved over to America, we live together. We talk every day. I love him, and we viewed each other as one person. We never talked to anyone and tried to talk as individuals. It was always about the team, Wilson stated. After The Rock's daughter Ava, another star is gone from WWE. Over the last few days, there's been tons of speculation regarding the reason behind Ava's shocking and abrupt departure from WWE. If that wasn't enough, as per Dave Meltzer, her girlfriend, Tatiana Dumas, is also gone from the company, though it reportedly happened a while before Ava Raine confirmed her exit. Ava, who's the daughter of The Rock, had been serving as the on-screen general manager of NXT over the last several months and had endeared herself to the fans in the role. This is why her announcement regarding her decision to leave the global juggernaut after declining a contract extension came as a big shock. On the recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer discussed the situation. The noted insider said that Tatiana Dumas, who was Ava's girlfriend, had exited WWE a couple of weeks back. However, Meltzer added that there was little clarity whether Ava's decision to leave stemmed from Dumas's departure. One person had contacted me and mentioned Tatiana Dumas, who is her girlfriend, was cut, which we didn't hear just a couple of weeks ago. They weren't quite saying that's why she quit, but it was something that people put one and one together, that maybe that had something to do with it, maybe it didn't, I don't know. The former WWE NXT general manager broke her silence on February 1st, 2026, reacting to the fatal shooting of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Pretty by federal agents in Minneapolis. Posting shortly after the incident made national headlines, Ava made her stance unmistakably clear. And now that I can say this with my full chest, ICE, and that entire administration. The post immediately drew attention given its timing and Ava's recent WWE departure. Within hours of the message circulating, her X account was disabled. The Rock taking over creative from Triple H might save the WWE. Triple H has been in charge of WWE's creative team since Vince McMahon stepped down in 2022. The 14-time world champion is now the chief content officer, but has been heavily criticized over the company's booking decisions. According to former WWE writer Vince Russo, Triple H might not even make it through 2026 in his current role. Fans in Saudi Arabia were quite vocal about their thoughts, booing WWE's head booker in the Royal Rumble post-show and chanting, "You effed up." In the past, Russo has hinted that The Rock might be involved in a power struggle with the game backstage, which was one of the possible reasons why the booking for WrestleMania 41 was so awkward. With that in mind, here are a few reasons why The Rock taking over the creative team would help the company do better. Following WWE's merger with UFC and the subsequent formation of TKO Group Holdings, The Rock entered the business as a member of the board of directors. He was heavily involved at WrestleMania 40, but had a reduced role in terms of appearances last year. The backstage power struggle could be completely eliminated if The Rock decides to take control of the creative team, as there would be few people superior to him to challenge him. This could create some stability and lead to more stable bookings. One of the main reasons behind Roman Reigns' return and winning the Royal Rumble was the absence of any stars big enough to take the spot he left behind. However, one could also argue that the spotlight has not been given to those who have a natural connection with the crowd. The biggest example of this is LA Knight. Fans have been calling for him to get a world title push for years, but the creative team seems least interested in having him anywhere near the main event picture. A case could also be made for Finn Balor after the reception he received in Belfast, Ireland. While Jey Uso received a huge push in 2025, he wasn't able to convince fans as a world champion, and is now back in the tag team division. As a result, there is a clear void in the main event picture beyond CM Punk, Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns on Raw. Triple H has deemed internet fan opinions inconsequential. However, the viewership metrics also show that Raw has struggled to break into the worldwide top 10 on Netflix over the past month. In addition, the last time it made the top 5 in the US was on December 8th, and it has only ranked as high as 6th since then. If the downward trend continues heading into WrestleMania season, the busiest time of the year in pro wrestling, it could cause the higher-ups to potentially replace Triple H with The Rock's separate team of writers.